Okay, hi guys. Today I'm going to be talking to you about optics in Airsoft. Well, not all optics, just the ones that I use. So I've got an acog with simple red dot. I've got a non-illuminated crosshair scope, and I've got a illuminated scope with rangefinder. Okay, so I'm going to start this morning. The acog. Public favourite. Featured in all shoot 'em up games. It's actually pretty bad, to be honest. I know in Call of Duty it increases range, it's pretty accurate, you can get a nice variety of different crosshairs. In reality, it's not all that good. Starters, the reticle, it's pretty small, and it's hard to lock onto a target, especially if you're moving fast. The dot, you can see in there, also pretty small. And yeah, generally just not great, kind of overrated, I'd say. However, there are some benefits to using acog. Firstly, it looks pretty darn cool, especially on M4 carbine. They do look nice. It's solid, not likely to get broken. You can use it in all kind of weather conditions, and it does do the job. When you have it on, you can hit a target. However, if you want something for speed, kind of agility, you're better off with a simple holographic or a little red dot or something. So yeah, that's an acog. Also, downside of using acogs, they are expensive. This is a pretty cheap one. It cost me £40. So yeah, they're not the cheapest of sights. Mainly because of the production process required to create the casting and inset all the lenses. It's quite a fiddly task. But yeah, acog. Nice on M4s and snipers. Very nice on snipers actually. But it's not very practical. Okay, next we move on to this sniper scope, or telescopic sight. This is a simple crosshair. It has a variable zoom, so you can really zoom in on the faces of the people you're shooting to see their pain. It also has a adjustable eyepiece, so that you can focus the crosshairs in. Very handy if you have glasses. This is a medium-sized scope. It's a 40mm lens. It has 3 to 9 times zoom, which is all you need really, especially for airsoft. It's got a much bigger eyepiece than the acog, as you can see. So it's easier to lock onto targets. You might think it's clumsy and kind of awkward to use, especially since it's a sniper scope, but once you've got it set up properly on the gun, it's actually pretty quick to get him up onto a target. That's a simple crosshair, if you can see that. Okay, so yeah, I use that on my M4, and also on my sniper. And now we move on to the big daddy of scopes. This is about as big as scopes come, airsoft wise. This is an illuminated scope. It's got a 56mm lens, which is pretty big, especially compared to that little one. It's quite a difference. It's got an even bigger reticle, and this has, as I said, the illuminated crosshairs with the rangefinder on there, if you can see that. I'm not sure if you can, but if you can, that's wonderful. It has red and green, just like the acog, red and green. And illuminated is pretty handy. If you can get one illuminated, get it. They're much better for low light conditions, and stuff like that. And they kind of just look cool. Batteries last pretty long on them as well. I've had that battery in there for nearly 2 years and it's still going, so yeah. This has also got variable zoom, like so. Quite straightforward. 3 to 9 times if I didn't already mention it. Now this one I did buy as a replacement for this one, mainly because of the size difference. I just wanted something a bit smaller for my M4. This is much heavier. This is about 700 grams. It's quite a lot. This is 300, so there's a massive difference. Mainly because it's got the illuminated crosshair, which has quite a bit of weight. Okay, so where does this leave us? Well, if you've got an M4, you may like holographics, you may like red dots, you may like acogs, you may like scopes. I've used all of them. My personal favourite, telescopic sight. Depending on obviously the conditions that you airsoft in, I airsoft at Special Ops, which is outdoors, woodland. Acog's telescopic sight is quite handy because you can see people through the undergrowth, and lock on targets. You can see twigs in the way and stuff, etc. Conserves ammo quite well. Acog I also do use, but I never actually aim down it. I only have it on my gun for looks. Whenever I have this, I just hip fire. Usually because it's just more effective. If you're in a close quarter situation with airsoft, you might as well just spray the target rather than actually aim down the sight. It'll take you longer to aim down the sight rather than just go like this. So it looks cool. I do have it on my gun, but only for looks really. I never actually use it. And then the big boy, I use this on my sniper when I go airsofting. Haven't actually used my sniper at airsofting yet, but this weekend I will. I've just been waiting for parts to come in for it. So yeah, this is the real benefit of having a big lens like that is that you get a clearer image. That's kind of the purpose of it. Higher resolution. But yeah, it's just heavy. So, and then red dots and acogs. Red dots are pretty nice actually. They're easy to use, are fast, small usually, don't get in the way, and they look good. I'd use one for kind of anything. It's just kind of general over kind of sight. Then acogs are a bit more expensive, but more robust, and they look even nicer. So if I was going for a sight, depending on where I was, if I was in an urban situation, I'd probably use a red dot. If I was in woodland, I'd use a scope. Even on M4s, they are pretty effective. So I kind of hope that kind of gives you an idea of what's out there if you are new to airsoft, or generally just a comparison between them if you don't have all three or four to compare. So yeah, if you want me to make a video on red dots and holographics, I can. I just couldn't be bothered to go and get them from the other room, so that's why I'm only doing these. Yeah, I hope that was kind of useful. I was just kind of bored, to be honest. Yeah, thanks for watching, if you watched to the end, which I doubt you did. Cheers.